We are going to Cairns today. I am so excited just to get on that plane. I just want to get out of here. I got all this nervous energy that's just, I just want to go. I just want to be there already. I honestly feel like I can't de-stress and unwind until I'm sitting on that plane. Then...
Perfect. Okay, see you. I love you. Take care.
Hopefully the bike is still in one piece. I just don't know. Got to the Acom, little motel just there, and there's the Macca's drive-through. I'm literally gonna be able to hear people ordering drive-through, and it's gonna be my dreams. Such an idiot. I'm so close to Cairns Airport, but I'm in the airport authorization zone. Duh, it was only a 5-minute drive from the airport here. Can't fly. Thank you. Oh, there is so much chocolate in this mocha. That's all I can taste. An offie pie thingy and a bacon egg roll. Myself a little to-do list today.
Are you a YouTuber, sir? I'm sorry for like ruining your breakfast.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I've seen you on TikTok. Oh. You have a good breakfast.
You too. I wrote myself a bit of a to-do list today. First, I got to build the bike up. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with it. Then go to the bike store, get some cramp fix or hot shots, something that can help me if I cramp in the event. Just to have, just in case. And then if there's anything wrong with my bike, I can get it fixed there as well. And I'll pump up the disc wheel to get that out of the way as well. Then I think I'm going to check in and get my race numbers in Cairns at the athlete check-in, check out the transition as well while I'm there. And then my favorite part, I think I'm going to go shopping and buy a whole bunch of carbs, low in fiber, low in fat, and just hit the carb load hard tomorrow. I've got a 10-minute swim on the swim course, but I don't really want to drive 30 minutes to Palm Cove to go for a 10-minute swim. I might push that to tomorrow and just go for like a 5-minute jog today or something. Might just take the wheels out on camera so I can get the reaction if they're actually broken. Wheel number 1. The disc wheel. The wheel that matters. We're good. Joel, your wheel's okay. That's if you're watching this. Wheel number 2. It's good, it's in one piece. This bike would have definitely been upside down. Check this out. How did the chain get like that? That is whack. This thing must have been upside down and doing flips. All right, I think I'm just gonna time lapse the rest to not bore you. We're in business. Gears are all working. Everything feels good. I got lucky. Never gets old. Definitely super green in Cairns. Everything is so lush. And there's actually mountains in the background. Like, we got none of that in Sid. It's warm too. Oh man, like once it hit 9 a.m, it just got hot. That morning cool air just evaporated and all I can feel is heat now. So Sunday's gonna be interesting because I know I don't do so great in the heat, and Sydney's been pretty cold recently. at least everyone's in the same boat. I was just hoping to get some help pumping up just the air in my disc wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just asking, 99% of bikes coming in did not have a firmware update on their bikes. Do you know for sure that your electronic gears did have a firmware update?
No, they definitely haven't.
You got one?
I've got this.
No. For the disc you need the smoking pipe.
Is this the same as what you're talking about?
You got the same, but it's the smaller one, yeah? You can use that.
They call it a crack pipe. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, look at that.
You got even the old battery.
I know, it's the very old one. So
Even more so, I can only recommend that you check your firmware update, because these batteries are prone to fail soon, regardless, because of age. How old is your battery?
go with it.
Oh,
Too deep?
there are
Is there?
membranes in this. Oh no, now it's spokes I'm working around. Oh.
Okay, we take the wheel out. Huh?
Is this a chain Trinity
No.
cycles? No.
Trinity Cycle Works. Cairns
Works.
is the only one since 1938.
Okay.
In Trinity. We
That's
are the
good to know.
4th oldest bike store in the country.
Wow, I came to the right place then.
You
Yeah.
did. You got it? Here we go. You see?
Okay. Maybe you should hold it.
okay. How much do you want?
Go with 80.
Oliver.
Oliver, thank you
Nice
so
to meet
much.
you.
Have a great
I
day.
wish you all the best.
You too. See ya. So, Ollie didn't have any anti-cramp. He just had electrolyte. But I had to buy something from him anyway because he pumped up my wheels. And they have flat chat today. So, for him to be so lovely when he's so busy, I was appreciative. So I bought a $2, $3 bag of electrolyte. Anyway, I'm going to go to the bike store around the corner and see if they've got any anti-cramp. I just paid $14.50 for 2 servings of Cramp Fix. So what, $7 a pop? And it feels like highway robbery. I mean, what's in this? Water, vinegar, sugar, salt, potassium, calcium, magnesium chloride, natural raspberry flavor. You know what? It's probably underpriced. I would literally pay anything to not cramp or stop a cramp on Sunday. So, you better work, Cramp Fix. But then on the other hand, it makes me think, I want to start my own nutrition company if I can charge that much for a bit of vinegar and salt. Anyway, let's go to athlete check-in. Let's get some race numbers. Athlete check-in. That's perfect. Heavy? Happy. Lock it in. Sweet. Hey, this guy. Elsie. Hey, Elsie.
I got put up on the stage.
Was that you up there? Oh,
628
6'8". Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm good. Is that a first or a knee? Come on, you can't get defeated by the sticker.
I'm not.
Look at that.
Aiden.
Whoa.
Are you filming with that?
I'm feeling myself eating. It's pretty silly, isn't it? I'd laugh at me too. You gotta walk it as well.
Mom,
See, you're doing it good.
feel the water with your hand. That's really very cold.
It's very cold. Doesn't look very cold though.
It's cold. Look cold.
It looks like paradise. Thanks, Hudzy.
Check out the all. High carb, low in fat, and a bit of protein in here from the milk and the tuna. And there's a surprising amount in the Mighty Grain.
Love how tropical everything is. I'm doing a 10-minute run. I was supposed to do a 10-minute swim today, but it's too hard to get to the water in time to go to Ben Patties' place for dinner, so. We're definitely in Queensland.
CV, walking down.
I'm making a video of my time in Cairns.
Wait.
Oh, now you lost it.
Yeah?
How good? Look at those veins.
Great. It's already filming.
No worries.
Man, you're so kind.
That's
Thank you
okay.
so much.
I'll get you going out as well. What's your number for tomorrow? It's on your wrist.
Oh yeah, 2668.
I'll endeavour to remember it and put it in when I get home.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sydney.
Sydney.
Yeah.
Cool. First time here?
Yeah.
Cool. Enjoy it.
Thank you so
It was
much.
a nice day for a look at it.
Yeah.
A lot.
What was that?
Are you doing everything?
I'm doing the 70.3.
Cool. Well, that's to everything.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
done the run and the swim before, but I'm not into riding.
Yeah, it's a bit dangerous, hey?
Yeah, especially on the roads.
Yeah, agreed.
All right.
Have a good day.
2668.
That's
right?
correct. 268. Have a good one. That was so nice. Look at me. I look like an alien with this helmet on. And she still offered to hold the camera. Just 100% initiative. I don't think you'd get too many people in Sydney doing that. 1 point for Cairns, that's just... So I'm obviously heading out towards the airport. Just a final little bit of time on the TT bars, just a little bit of a shakedown. Not for long, just to make sure the body doesn't fall asleep before tomorrow.
Ready for the snap. There it is. Hey guys, Chris here. I am in Cairns and I'm doing Ironman 70.3 tomorrow. And this is my bike. It's a Specialized Shiv TT Expert from 2015. So it's almost a decade old. She's definitely on the more mature side, if you will. And I'm just going to talk you through a bit about the bike, the things I've changed, and the things I would change if I had a little bit more time. So we'll start with the fun stuff first. On the back, I've obviously got a disc wheel on. It's not mine, it's my buddy Joel's who let me borrow it. And it's running tubeless. I think it's a 28mm Conti TT tire. And it's sick. I love it. Every time I ride it, it puts me in race mode, especially if it's paired with this aero helmet. I just feel excited, and it's definitely a welcome addition. On the front, I'm running an MV clincher. It's 38mm. It's just a tubed tire, not tubeless. So I probably could have gone for something a little bit deeper if I bought something or borrowed something, but I've gone with the tried and tested training wheel that I use all the time, and it's worked for me, so I'm just gonna stick with it. Definitely a lower stress option than potentially breaking something that's not mine if I borrowed something. Hydration. On the front, I've got a profile design hydration system that can be retrofitted to any width of TT bar. It's got some cable ties here that it's just attached by. I tried another profile design system before this, but it was too wide for these bars, so I had to change to this one. The only thing I don't like about this one is that I can't run if I run any other bottle cage, I lose the Garmin mount on the top. And there's not enough space here to run a specific TT Garmin mount, so I'm stuck running this cage with the Garmin mount on top here. I don't overly like that because when I'm in the TT position, all my sweat drips off onto the Garmin, and the touchscreen kind of becomes useless. And also this mount, on a decline, the bottle rattles out, and that's just not good either, right? So it's not my my first choice, but it works-ish, so I'm running it. On the rear, I've got this $25 saddle-mounted hydration system from AliExpress. I'm running my own cage. I'm choosing only to run one bottle because of the event distance, and also I'm worried that if I run two bottles, there'd be too much weight on the back, and over speed humps or any sort of bumps on the road, it might shear the bolts and the whole thing might fall off because it's AliExpress. It's identical to the Pro branded rehydration system too. Got some spares on the back. I've got a CO2 regulator that fits in the little hole in the disc to be able to pump that up. It doesn't work so great. I tried it, I tested it. It pumps it up a little bit, but leaks a bunch of air, so I don't know. Let's just hope we don't get it flat. Got some plugs, just in case, for the tubeless, and an AliExpress super light tube. Forgot what material they're made of. In the middle here, I'm running a Profile Design Aero bottle. I honestly chose this because it was available at a local bike store to order, and the ones online are kind of expensive and kind of hard to get as well. The shipping times are quite long. And this Profile Design one, it works pretty well. It snaps in really nicely, and it hasn't rattled out yet, so I'm happy. It's good. Top tube feed bag. I went through 2 other top tube feed bags before landing on this one. I had an X-Lab that attached via straps, but it just didn't seem to be doing the job that well. It kind of would move around a bit, and it just didn't look as clean, to be honest, aesthetically. Then I moved to this strapped version, a Control IQ off like Amazon, and the straps, honestly, every time I pedaled, I would hit it, and then the pack would slip off to the side, and that's not good. Can't have that in a race. So I've landed on this Profile Design one. It's attached via a cable tie, which is a bit janky, and also there is a bolt on the top tube that is meant to hold a top cap for an internal hydration system within the frame, and that top cap bolt is not meant to hold any load, but I have commandeered it to put on this Profile Design box. So if I knock it a bit too hard, I'm pretty sure I'm going to strip the bolt or the threads inside, and I'm not going to be able to ever mount anything on it ever again. Anyway, you win some, you lose some. Well, I'm risking it, basically, is what I'm saying. Saddle, I've changed from a regular saddle to ISM, ITM. Anyway, it's a noseless saddle. It looks disgusting. It looks like an alien. It's got 2 prongs on the front, but I have to say it does work well when doing TTs. The way that it works, at least I think it works, is that the 2 prongs, they allow your sit bones to sit nicely on them. So all your upper body weight is rested on more of a contact point, versus the traditional saddle, which you kind of sit on the soft tissue in between your gooch on the saddle. So this works quite nicely. I'm quite surprised. Group set. It's a Ultegra 6800 series group set, which is real old. It's even got the external battery mount. It's not even internal. It's super vintage. And it's working well. For a group set that's 10 years old, it shifts like a dream. Honestly, like there's virtually no difference between this and the new group sets other than weight and maybe the feeling of the contact points. It's got a waxed chain. I waxed my road bike a couple weeks ago, so I did this in the process too, and I love it. I know everyone knows about waxing, so I'm not going to go on about too much, but it's super underrated when traveling because everything in your bike bag doesn't get dirty from your drivetrain, or you don't have to worry about putting rags all over your drivetrain. Everything can touch it and it's completely clean. I absolutely love that. I'm so happy with that choice. The pedals Favero Asioma single-sided power pedals. They're doing the trick. They're okay. Dual-sided would be nicer, but you know, we got what we got. What else we got? We got the bottles. I'm running Elite Fly 750 bottles, super light. These work really well for me. They're brand new. They don't leak, which is the main thing, so I'm not going to get like sticky glucose water over everything. I did try the Camelback Podium bottles with the squeezy, you know, the one-way valve thing. The more I use them, the more I don't like them, which is why I've landed on these. They're just simpler and they work pretty much as well. Some things I've changed with my position is I've gone down 1 spacer on the front here so I can get a little bit lower, round that back a little bit more, get it flatter. I've tried going down even lower, but all the cables seem to be they don't work so good. They're just overly bended, and I just don't want to risk having any cable failures, and I haven't spent the time to chop the cables. We have moved the arm cups back a little bit, so my elbows can be more of a right angle. That's so that less energy is expended into holding my upper body up with my arms if I was more stretched out like this, versus my elbows just holding more of the weight on the arm cups, and I've done that by moving them back. Right, now to some things that I definitely would change. The cables on the front end you can probably just see them are absolutely disgusting. From day one, they've just been an absolute mess. They just look so un-aero, and they probably are un-aero. I think every cable is 1 watt lost that is exposed. I think I heard that on like Dylan Johnson and Josh Portner's podcast or aero discussions, but they're just absolutely horrid. I think the whole front end, I would want to change. Just get some cheap carbon TT bars off AliExpress, or just spend some more time changing them. But you know, at the end of the day, it's a trade-off because this bike is almost 10 years old. So I'm constantly thinking like, how much time and money do I want to spend on this thing versus just saving up and buying something new. I will say though that the time I've spent on this is not time wasted, because I've learnt something every time I've changed something. So maybe it is worth mucking around with the front end, cleaning up the cables, because I'll have that skill and hopefully be able to use it somewhere else down the track. And that's it. That's my bike. One thing I forgot to mention was the drivetrain gearing. I'm running an 1130 cassette on the back and a 5236 on the front. I would definitely change the 5236 to something a little bit bigger, big chainring, probably like a 53 or 54, 55, whatever, anything bigger. And that's because I found when I'm in the TT position on the downhills, I tend to spin out. So I'd want something a little bit bigger that can keep me pedaling at my desired cadence of around 75 to 80. That keeps me nice and stable and has me putting pressure on the pedals. That's it, back to the video. It's held together pretty well in all the training rides I've done with it for the last 6 months. So I'm confident that it's gonna hold together tomorrow.
Just got done with the bike review and I'm coming back to this, a huge mess. It is 9:15 and there is a team HPT photo at 10:30 and I have to pack all this stuff into the car, put all the stuff in the transition bags, hopefully don't forget anything, shower. Bit overwhelming, and I don't think I'm gonna make it to team photos at 10 if it's 9:20 already. New plan. Yeah, I scrapped the other one. Too stressful. I just asked for a late checkout at 12, which gives us a whole extra hour to play with. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna pack my run transition bag, grab my disc wheel, finish eating this cereal, and then go down to transition 2, which is the run transition, drop all my stuff off, get the team photo, and then come back and worry about this mess. Then pick up box from the airport, and then head up to transition 1 in Palm Cove. So my run transition is socks, diabetic kit, series of gels, Cramp fix, glasses, hat, race belt, race number. I think that's it. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I think I'm gonna miss the team photo because I can't get this damn thing to work.
Just pointed at us. It's filming.
Athletes, you're all gonna get it.
Here, you gotta go.
Yo, you are too. Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna take a quick photo of all the athletes so that I can come up with some good one-liners for you tomorrow and individually make you feel targeted and victimized. Cool.
Yep.
With the layout of
So I forgot my bag tag, so I had to write my number, my name on my bag.
Your wristband number or your number corresponds to the row number, and that's how you know where to put your bag. You have a designated spot to rack your stuff based on your number. So all you gotta do is hang it up.
Buddy, don't play.
Okay, how do you do it?
Just hold the bag. Just hold the bag there.
Oh, right, you're gonna do it for me.
And wrap it twice round.
Sure.
Okay? And then just cross the bag over it.
Okay.
And to undo it, just uncross the bag.
Yep.
All right?
It's not your first rodeo.
So twice round, and cross it.
Thank you so much. This should be in the athlete briefing, how to tie your bag up. If you tie your bag, you literally are gonna sit there trying to undo the knot when you're in a race scenario and you're gonna lose free time. So what you should do instead is hang the bag, loop it twice, and then put the bag over the top of the loops you just made. That sits there, it's fastened. Then to undo it, all you have to do is lift the bag over the top of those and it comes undone. No knots, no worries. So when you put your stuff in transition, they get you to actually enter transition via the bike entry, which is how it would play out in the event. Hang your stuff, secure it, and then walk out the run entry, or the run exit, sorry, which is exactly how it would play out in the event. So if you skip the T2 transition tour like me, at least you've done it once, just when you're setting up your gear. It's like my 5th cup of cereal. I've got no bowls. I'm eating with these like mini spoons. It takes me so long just to get through the cup. I got knockoff Nutrigrain, Mighty Grain. I've done about 150 grams worth so far, about half a litre of skim milk and honey. Yeah, I'm going for like 600 grams of carbs today. That's a lot. And as a diabetic, that's a lot of insulin injections. So my sugars are like going up and down, but it's for the carb load. So I'll do it for one day. Let me just update you on what's happened. I made it to the team photo. Yes, I was 10 minutes late. I stressed out a little bit getting there, which wasn't cool. I dropped my stuff off at run transition, and I did not get my disc all pumped up because it's going to be sitting in the sun in transition 1 this afternoon, and I don't want it to explode off the rim because that would be a disaster. So I'm just going to risk it. Tomorrow morning I'll borrow someone else's and get it pumped up before the event. So this afternoon, the plan is to pack all this stuff up in the car, go pick up Box from the airport, and then head up to Palm Cove and drop my bike stuff off. And then do the last bit of preps for tomorrow and just relax and eat more carbs. Welcome.
How are you, Chris?
I'm good.
What's going on, man?
I'm ready to go.
So great to be here. Can't wait for tomorrow.
I feel like you're an American delegate.
You're almost an Ironman.
Or half Ironman, I guess.
Ironman. It's got nothing to do with your size.
I haven't checked into the Novotel. I didn't have a chance this morning.
The hotel, did you say?
The hotel, or the Novotel one that you booked.
Oh, okay.
I didn't check in there, so I just checked out of my current one, and I just came, and I basically just.
Okay. Hopefully you still got it then.
Alright.
Well, if you don't show up for 2 days.
Oh, did you book it from Thursday?
I told you that. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's why I sent you all the details.
One on the right. It's close to the bathroom for old man wheeze.
My old man wee during the night, so.
Box booked accommodation for the full 4 nights at the Novotel, and I didn't realize that.
I am. I'm just here to help. Just a people pleaser.
And I booked my own accommodation for the last 2 nights for no reason, just because I didn't read a message correctly. Yikes.
Bike's all set. Everything's ready to go. Let's lock it in. Let's lock it in, Eddie. 70.3. That is nuts. So many nice bikes here.
Make sure tomorrow you take a moment to appreciate how incredible this course is. Swimming Palm Cove, riding the
So
highway.
I just dropped off my bike only, and tomorrow I'll fit it with all the nutrition, the spares, helmet, all the things in the morning. And that's just, I think, so stuff doesn't get stolen and no issues. I'm in control of everything.
Look at that.
Paradise.
I can breathe on both sides out there. Knocked around. Beautiful. You checked in?
I did. Yeah.
You.
Nice.
10-minute arm turn up.
How good?
We got a packet of rice. I got lightly coconut flavored because I can't take just the plain rice. It's so granular. Bit of honey, extra carbs, couple mini cans of tuna. It's pretty woeful. It's a pretty sad state of affairs, but it'll do for tonight. And Box is gonna order room service. He's gonna eat it right next to me. It's gonna be wafting. I'm not gonna have any of it.
You just kind of. You wouldn't like it. Well, it's like meat and cheese and bread.
And good.
Can't be good for you.
Today's the day. Triathlon day. It's 4:10 in the morning. And yeah, it's 4:10. 4:06. Whip score, 42%. Lots of excitement, nerves. I don't think I went back to sleep after the old man weigh at 2 a.m. Just kept replaying the day. 6 units of this stuff. 2 bit hours before the race. Right there. We are doing 90 grams and 90 grams in each of these black bottles. And then the air bottle, just doing some electrolyte. And that will give me a top of 180 grams in the bottles. And then gels, I think I'll carry 3 or 4 gels. And just supplement that to get to about 100 grams of carbs an hour. We won't lose you today.
I'm there. I'm like a beacon of hope when you're running along. You'll see me and go, shit, I need to pick it up, otherwise I'm going to get yelled at from Box.
Drill Sergeant Box.
I'll give a little pat the bum.
Oh, that worked. Look at that. Doing good? Been in the Portaloo, I'm a happy man. Yeah.
Happy man?
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Yeah, I think so. That's it. Thanks.
Good race.
Yeah,
See you.
see ya. Thank you. Bike is done. We got shoes, nutrition, Garmin, helmet, insulin pump, elastics. Good to go. Hi. That is. Hey, Chris. Oh my God. This is the best. You guys are awesome.
It's not as bad as ski.
Why does everyone like this? Why does everyone?
I'm ready to just do it. I'm ready to just get it done in a good way. Yeah. The camera just feels like the weight of the world on me at the moment for some reason. But at least we've got a nice sunrise. Just got to do what I've done in training the last like 8 months. I think once we get out there, it will be just business as usual. But until then, I'm like,
The last minute jitters.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably wean my suit too.
Everyone does.
Everyone does. You've got to make it really warm. Okay, let's go. We're
Best
done.
of luck to you.
Thank you.
See you at the finish shoot, brother.
That's it.
Enjoy.
Ready, Christopher?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm here too, everyone.
Return, CV, please
Yeah.
return. Don't do an angle start.
I'm here as well. In case anyone wants to cheer me on.
Oh my gosh, here he is.
How are you feeling?
I am proper broken.
Proper broken?
I am absolutely buckled.
First feels? Do it again?
I hate that I want to do it again. It was so bad the last 10Ks of the run. I was just falling apart, like meter by meter. I could feel my legs melting and the cramps just, it was so bad. I didn't think I was going to make it.
Well done, buddy. 70.3.
Far out.
Almost 5 hours of racing.
That was
swim, bike, run.
Man, That was so much harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to finish strong like Wollongong. I did not finish strong. I buckled like a bloody cheap suit. Yeah.
Next
Man.
time.
I just finished my first Ironman about an hour ago, and I need to talk to the camera and just recount exactly how everything went as I remember it as quick as possible. Otherwise, I'm gonna miss details later down the track. So the swim. I popped a gel right on the start line, I weeded my suit, and away we go. The swim for me is always tough because it's not my best discipline. So I start, and then my arms start burning, I find it hard to breathe, and I just fade. I hold feet for like a couple minutes, and then the feet disappear. And it's so annoying, and then I fade back, then some more feet come past, and I try and jump on those, and I do this again and again and again for like the 30 odd minutes that I'm swimming for. I averaged a 150 swim pace, which is better than the last open water swim on my first triathlon, which is over 2 minutes per 100 meters. But it's still not close to what I'm swimming in the swimming pool during squads. If I'm swimming on my own, it's like 135 to 140 per 100 if I'm kind of like doing tempo. And then if I'm finding feet in the pool, I can swim 130s, like no problem. That's what tempo feels like. So the swim is just a struggle every time. I know it is for a lot of people, but I am so far from a lead pack swimmer. It's not funny. One of the biggest learnings I've had with swimming recently is that I didn't know what swimming hard actually felt like. Swimming hard is attending swim squad and like going to the point of suffocation. Otherwise, you're just not swimming hard. Okay, wait, I'm getting sidetracked. Back to the race. So I exit the swim. I'm kind of a little bit disorientated out of the water, and that's pretty normal for me. Some people pass me. I'm not that great at running up the hill and undressing the wetsuit, so I kind of just jogged in at my own pace. I unpeel the wetsuit, no worries. Get to transition. I put my insulin pump on, helmet on. My helmet was really foggy. I didn't expect that. So next time I will make sure to clean the helmet lens in the morning before the race. I'll take a microfiber to do that because I did not like wasting time on the bike, taking the visor off and then rubbing it with my fingers and then putting it back on. I'm just losing seconds while on the bike. Heart rate was real high for the first like hour out of the 2.5 hours on the bike. I was pushing my like close to my threshold, so I probably went out a little bit too hard. It just felt easy. So I just went with it and I was like, I'm just gonna risk it. If I can hold it, I can hold it. So, kilometers 0 to 20 was fine. I was passing lots of people. I started quite far back in the swim, so all the fast people had gone. So what that meant for the bike was that there wasn't many fast people to like legally draft behind. So I was just pushing as hard as I could to try and just pass people. And I think I expended a lot of matches doing that and not having a quick wheel to follow. I was the one making the headway for other people. There's nothing wrong with that. I just know that that's not the smartest race strategy. At kilometer 20, I go into my smallest cog at the back and it was like skipping. I was like, oh, what's the deal? So I look back and there's a bit of rubber band stuck in there. So the rubber bands that I tied from my shoes to fix to the bike so I can do a flying mount, the rubber band got caught in the sprocket. So I had to stop. I did it at the top of the hill where I was going slow already. Slam the brakes, grab the rubber band out, and then on my way. So I don't think I lost much time for that. Then at just over 20 Ks, I'm hearing a rattle, and everything kind of sounds weird in the aero helmet. But I'm like, oh, that's probably someone else, it's not me. Anyway, the rattle was still there, and I'm like, what is that rattle? So I feel around in the back of my rear hydration, and it feels secure. But then I grab the bottle, and the bottle's all jiggling around. So I'm like, great. My bottle mount that's secured to the rehydration thing, the bolts got loose, and I checked them yesterday, so it must have just come undone with the rattles of the road. So that was kind of annoying. It was getting worse, the rattles were getting worse. So I grabbed the bottle and I put it down my back, but the aero helmet is quite long, so I couldn't I couldn't comfortably be in the aero bars with the bottle in my back because it would hit the aero helmet and force me to like look down. So that was kind of annoying. So I put it down the front because it's a full bottle. I'm not going to ditch a full bottle. Put it down my chest, which is I think illegal according to the rules, but man, I'm not winning this triathlon. So I just put it in the front of my chest. And yeah,
the bottle cage rattles off. I hear bolts just flying around everywhere, and so that was it. I just lost my bottle cage. I'm glad the whole hydration system didn't unbolt from the saddle, because then I would have potentially lost a toolkit too. So I'm glad I just lost a bottle now. There's a $30 giant one, no big deal. Cool. Kilometer 20 to 80. Kilometer 20 to 70 was okay. I just did my own thing, and then at 70 Ks I found a bunch of people to draft with, and they were illegally drafting. They were just like right behind each other, and I'm like, this is not right, but I just did it anyway. I'm sorry. I'm admitting to cheating, but like, it was just like, I started cramping at that point. The wheels started falling off on my legs, and I was like, I don't have the energy to like make my own headway here. I had no idea what my sugars were doing either. My insulin pump was not reading sugar levels from my Dexcom, and even now, it wasn't reading them because they were through the roof. They were higher than the reader can read. I don't know if you can see that, but that's reading high right now. So they are off the charts. Normal sugar levels are between 4 and 8 millimoles per deciliter. I am over 25 right now. So there's adrenaline, caffeine, and cortisol, and stress, and all the things, and my sugars are just through the roof. My mouth is super dry. It's just, I'm putting a lot of stress on my body today, that's for sure, for the sugar levels to be off the charts. So I think that hindered me in the race with sugars through the roof. When your sugars are so high, your blood is thick and doesn't pass through all the little blood vessels in your organs. So I don't know, there's some performance decline that's happening there. I've read some articles that it's a legit thing by Team Novo Nordisk, who are a professional cycling team, and just can corroborate that you lose performance the higher your sugars go. So my sugars were off the charts, but I didn't know it. So I just kept pushing. I slammed my nutrition on the bike, which was 2 90-gram bottles of carbs. I didn't have any gels because I didn't know what my sugars were. So, and I didn't feel like I was lacking too much energy up until the 70K mark, where, as I said, cramping, the wheels started falling off, so I just held the wheel. Overall, my bike average speed was just under 38 Ks an hour. I would have loved to see that 38. Oh man. But anyway, it is what it is. I dismounted my bike. Sorry, I unclipped my pedal, my shoes, and got my feet out of my shoes before the dismount line this time, because at Wollongong I did not do that, and that wasted precious time. So I dismounted perfectly. I ran to the run transition, and I mounted my bike. I sat straight on the grass, tipped out my transition bag, and then just started putting socks and shoes on. The grass was really wet, so there was all like debris from the grass in between my feet and socks, and I was like, oh, this is a bit annoying, but the grass was cold and cool, and I really liked that feeling. As I was putting my sock on, my left leg kept cramping. I couldn't like bend my leg without my left calf cramping. It was really frustrating because I felt like it took me longer to put my socks on. Right shoe went on okay. My run belt was preloaded with like 4 gels and an anti-cramp. I also had an anti-cramp on the bike as well. I didn't use it, but I had it. Stupidest thing on the planet. I was cramping on the bike and I forgot I had the anti-cramp. Like, Chris, seriously, like, why didn't I just have it? Yeah, so annoying. Anyway, I started the run, and my run belt was shifting because there was too many, the gels, the weight that's on the run belt, it's a bit loose on me, and it just kept moving around and it was annoying me. So I grabbed some of the gels, I put them in my rear pocket to stop that, kind of fix that. I had one of the gels, and that kind of, yeah, got it a bit more even. I didn't feel great on the run. Like, I think I went out of the gates a bit too hard at 4 minutes 20 pace. I'll actually check later, but yeah, I didn't feel light. My arms were even a bit sore from the swim, which was odd. I've never had that before. I just felt like I was carrying a lot of upper body weight. I know I have a big upper body, but I just felt it on this run. I wasn't light and springy in the first part of the run like I usually am, or it was annoying. It was very frustrating. And then that's when my sugars started reading on my insulin pump, and I found out that my sugars were through the roof. So I tried to put insulin in as I am running, but because your tri-suit is wet, for some reason. It's just everything is soaked from sweat and things. I can't actually use the touchscreen because the screen's wet. So like I'm struggling to put insulin in, and I'm all wet everywhere. So I can't even bring my sugars down. It's just so annoying. Anyway, I was still passing people in the run, which is good for the ego. And I just risked it. I'm like, I'm just going to try and keep this 4-minute 20 pace up like I did in Wollongong, and it worked for me then, and I just held it together. But that did not happen here. Once I hit the 8K mark, my body was breaking down. My legs were, my quads just felt like they were melting underneath me, and I had these calf cramps that just hindered my speed. Every time I tried to run faster, my calves would cramp, and that was my limit. So I wanted to run faster, but I just couldn't, and it was just wildly frustrating. I also felt really hard. I felt constricted with my breathing with the heart rate monitor and the tri-suit that was really tight across the chest, and I was just like struggling to take deep breaths, and it was just weighing on me mentally. So the second half of the run, I go from passing people to not passing people, and people passing me. People that I'm like, I know I should be passing you. I know I should be passing you. And it was just, I had to just accept that this is all I got today. And yeah, I just kept thinking in my head, I just got to get to the 5K mark. When it's the 5K mark, it's like I'm on the home straight. That's what it was for me mentally. And it just got more and more difficult. And my pace went from 4:30 to 5 minutes 30, and I was really struggling to hold it together. It felt like one of the hardest things I've ever done. At that point, that last 5Ks, it was absolutely brutal. I couldn't run any faster because I was cramping. I was like, I can't breathe. I'm all out of, mentally I wanted to go, but I couldn't, which is just causing this conflict in your head, and it was killing me. It was killing me. Anyway, the final K didn't get any better. I couldn't increase my pace at all. Oldies were passing me at this point. And I crossed the finish line in 4 minutes 46 or 49. I'm sorry, I forget. But I was properly broken. I had to push myself to get over that finish line. But I did it, and no one can take it away from me now. And I got the medal. And everyone is so encouraging on the course, and everyone reads your name on your number, so they're like, go Chris, and the upbuildment, and the cheering from everyone is so encouraging. It makes you run faster. It can give you a bit of a false hope that you can run faster than you actually can, but it was awesome. And then there's a little finishers area where I got sprayed with a hose, which felt absolutely unbelievable. You get your towel and you just sit down, and there's like a whole bunch of snacks in this room, under this tent, this gazebo. And you just chill there and try and recoup. I had a couple glasses of chalky milk and some salty crisps, some burger rings. Haven't had those in years. Yeah. And that's what happened. Then as soon as I leave the tent, Boxy, my support guy, he's there with the camera putting in my face. And I'm like, this guy is everywhere. Box did an awesome job as a support guy. You want wisdom? He's got the wisdom to shower upon you, because he did triathlons for years, and he was super competitive, like very competitive, like impressively competitive. So every time I needed some advice or some calming down when I overthink things prior to the event, he was there with the strategic moves and all the wisdom. And then during the race, he was basically with my GoPro, looking me up on the tracker, and just he saw me passing every time. Super impressive. And he was there at the finish line. I couldn't believe it. I was just so thankful. Yeah. That's it. That's one take. That's what I think happened.
He's very sweaty.
It's very salty.
Coach, what do you reckon? Give us an update on Ben.
Only halfway through. We've got a marathon to go, but that's where it's all done.
Boxy.
Yeah, buddy.
Have your girls got drunk?
Got what?
Got drunk.
Do you even want to go to Hawaii?
I just got one.
You cooked? How many Ks you done? 22. Halfway there. Keep going.
How good are you going to feel later than finish line with beers? Patties, let's go.
Come on, Pattie, 32 Ks. One more lap, final boss.
HPT up 5 down, you love it.
Go, Pattie!
Front update journey here in Cairns. Actually, this young man, Benny Pattie, you are an Ironman, Benny.
Yeah, he started running beside me, and I'm like, go away. In my mind, I've been nice outside. In my mind, I'm like, and then that barrier came, and I'm like, I hope CV runs straight into it. I did not feel good all day.
Daddy, you okay?
I'm good now, mate. My legs were screaming so bad. And then I got shuffling along, and then I looked at my watch. It was like ticked over 39. I'm like, I should try run faster. Yeah, there were some stories in my head.
Told your mum, it's like, this is the lad where he's a lot of demons in that little.
No.
A lot of self-talk going on out there.
I don't want to do that again.
Just wait a couple of...
I got to make a choice tomorrow.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Wait till tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow.
I don't want to do that again.
Right where I dumped it earlier today. Uh, 2668. So I think I'm just over here.